on, community? It is TJ, aka Flash by Night, and we are here in the office keeping up with the comics. And today I'm keeping up with a good boy and a bad boy. So go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we're gonna jump into it with Good Boy issue number 2, written by Garrett Gunn and Christina Blanche, with art by Kit Wallace. So Good Boy issue number 2 basically picks up in an undisclosed amount of time later, or after Good Boy issue number 1. So Good Boy issue number 1 basically confirmed that Good Boy is a story like John Wick, only if the dog Flint had lived and John died. Really interesting. I thought it would be an overreaction, and I started reading the book, and it is exactly that. And so, of course, in issue number 1, we learn about John's killing, Flint's revenge. We see him get ready, grab his cache of weapons and such, and get into one fight in issue number 1. So in issue number 2, we pick up with Flint heading towards Rico's chop shop and giving Rico a call, letting him know he's ready. He'll be there in a minute. Rico's ready, says he's got his back. He'll be ready for him because Flint is currently in a shootout right now. And needless to say that Flint has been through some things. He's a little hurt. His truck is a little beat up. But as he's pulling into the chop shop, we find out that basically the chop shop is, we're gonna do the John Wick thing. The chop shop is like the Continental, where you don't do business there. Only there's a few differences, i.e. the way that the chop shop treats Flint, kind of with a little favoritism. And so he checks into the chop shop, and they kind of patch him up, and they give him a new suit, new clothes, make sure he's taken care of. We get some touching moments where we find out why this chop shop and Rico are kind of on Flint's side. And then eventually, towards the end of the book, I think we do run into the person that Flint is looking for, or vice versa. The person that Flint's looking for runs into him. But that is my quick synopsis of Good Boy. Once again, I tried to actually skip out on this book, but my order didn't get canceled like I thought it would, and I am glad that it didn't. This book from Source Point Press, pretty fun book, even though it's kind of, copied from a movie idea. It's still fun. It's still kind of original, kind of fresh. The artwork is fun. It's got some graphic violence in it, but it's not, I guess it's not too, it's violent, but it's not too violent. I don't know if that makes sense. But Good Boy issue number 2, good book. I'm waiting for number 3. I think it wraps up with number 3, and we'll see how Flint fares in his final fight. The next book we are keeping up with is Robin issue number 9. Now, Robin issue 9 is written by Joshua Williamson. Yes, I'll say it again. And Joshua Williamson we trust, with art by George Cruz, if I got that right. Let me check, make sure. Roger Cruz. I knew I was gonna do that. Anyway, Robin issue number 9 is basically post-tournament. This book has been up to this far, all about this tournament of Lazarus on Lazarus Island, kind of Mortal Kombat style, fight to the death tournament. But you get 3 lives before you actually die because you're on Lazarus Island, of course. But what Robin has been doing this whole time is that he's figured out that there is something going on besides the actual tournament. There are ulterior motives, and basically, this book, we get what the motive is. I mean, so in issue 8, we find after the fight of all fights, we find out what Mother Soul is up to. She finally puts her cards on the table, and in this book, we get to see the Lazarus Demon. So what has actually been happening is the fights and these deaths have been feeding this Lazarus Demon this whole time. And so that's what the tournament was about. Mother Soul wants the demon to come and cleanse the earth and get rid of all the humans because we're running the earth, blah, blah, blah. She even says at one time that she's doing this because Ra's al Ghul, her son, and Damien's grandfather couldn't do it in his way, so she's going to do it her way. And that's what this whole thing is about. The book is really good at showing the action, but also showing the emotional side. Because if you've been checking out Robin, you know that throughout this whole time, while Alfred did give the OG Robin, Dick Grayson, money, this whole time, he has kind of been subconsciously talking to Damien, kind of giving him tips, letting him know right from wrong, even though Damien didn't listen most of the time. But here, as Damien is having his problems with this Lazarus Demon because you can't touch him, it's hot, all this good stuff, this memory or this subconsciousness that he has of Alfred kind of tells him what his father, what Batman would have done, and how Batman went from boy to man to start his ultimate adventure. And he basically helps out Damien in that way. Damien figures out what he needs to do with a few more of his fellow fighters, and they take down the Lazarus Demon. Now, of course, Mother Soul isn't happy, and she still gets the last laugh on Damien. And it's really, really funny how this book ends. I won't say how it ends in the end, but it ends in a really, really curious way after Mother Soul tries to deal the death blow to Damien. So that was Robin issue number 9. I was vague on some parts because I still want people to try and read this book. Check it out. As I said, in Joshua Williamson we trust. I've been doing it for a while, and Robin number 9 is no different. But what I do want to do is I want to ask you, if you have not read this book, go ahead, take a guess at Damien's fate from what the last page showed you, because I don't think anybody's gonna get it, but I do want to see if anyone can guess what's going to happen to Damien after this. But Robin issue number 9, fun book. If you're not checking it out already, go ahead, hop on. So that was Keeping Up with the Comics. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you saw something you liked. If you did enjoy yourself, go ahead, hit that like button. And if you want to keep up with me, Keeping Up with the Comics, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to leave comments. And before I go too much further, I do want to thank everyone who has been coming, checking me out. I think we're like a year deep into this channel, and so I appreciate all the support, and hopefully we can grow and do some different things in the coming year. But as we always do at this time, love yourself, love others, and I will be back in a flash.